I was just sitting here bragging on myself that I pushed the right buttons, but I was still muted. Oh my goodness. Oh, happy Monday. Welcome everyone. Oh my gosh, the chat is already full of friendly faces. Let's see who I see over there. Who was first? Julia, Perfecting Pearls, was here first. Julia and I are going to do something a little fun after the show. I'll be announcing that later, so stick around, stay tuned, watch for that announcement coming up. I see Tracy TNT, Tracy Weilert, Angela D, Merle Wilcox, Melissa. Let's see. I got Tiffany of Thrifting Vegas in the chat. Hello, Tiffany. Let's see who else is here. Real quick. I can't name everybody as they come in, but I can name all you that get here like bright and early and are ready to go. Tammy Benton, Elaine Eddy, Patty, Betty, Michelle, Judith, Therese. Oh my goodness. Mikey, bags of money in the house too. Okay, that's it. We could do a whole show with me calling off names, but just know that I appreciate each and every one of you for being here with me live. We do this every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. That's 4 p.m. Eastern. I probably am not going to take Bougie out of the cage during this because Bougie is going to be out of the cage while I am doing a special event after this, which again, stay tuned. I'm going to tell you what that is very shortly. Yes. All right. Really quickly, I just have to show you what I bought this morning. I'm sure you guys can appreciate, those of you who love the puppy dogs. We had to go get guinea pig bedding because we went to clean the guinea pig cages last night and emptied out completely like the old bedding of one of the cages and realized we had no bedding. So we had to improvise real quick. We used shredded paper overnight for the poor guinea pigs. So we had to make an emergency PetSmart run this morning, but they had these. I mean, come on. Whose dog doesn't need a taco? And they're like supposed to be these extra durable, rugged toys. Like, you picked out the taco, huh? It's in here. Right here. Oh, so this is Peanuts. This is Peanuts taco. She has claimed the taco. So of course we had to get pizza for Ozzy. Ozzy's got the pizza. Ozzy, you want your pizza? No, Peanut wants them all. Okay, Peanut, you take your pizza, you take your taco. But come on. Who can't? Who can resist those? I just thought I wanted to share that with you because people are probably thinking that poor Peanut and Ozzy are so neglected now that we have all the birds and the fish and the turtle and all of that stuff. So, but never fear. They are just as spoiled as ever. Oh, the other thing, I don't know how quickly I'll get it up, but I have ordered a curtain rod that goes on the ceiling here so that I can put a curtain across here to help like that glare that's behind me. We're getting high tech. We're fixing it up. We're doing it. Oh, thanks, Darlene. Yeah, I don't show the dogs as much in the videos because I usually have the door closed because Bougie comes out. So we have so many safety rules in place around here. It's like birds never come out in the same room where the dogs are. They're in a closed door space and all of that. So we take every precaution to avoid any incidents with our animals. We moved the cockatiel and the two newest parakeets into Rachel's room. So she has quite the menagerie in there. I'm going to have to give a little tour of that soon. She's got the two lovebirds, her two original parakeets, the cockatiel, and then the two new parakeets, all with stacked cages. She's got like a little aviary going in there now because she actually takes them all out of their cages and works with them and tames them and such. So she's really, really enjoying that. Okay, you guys didn't come to hear me talk about birds and dogs and dog toys. You came here to hear me talk about pricing and values and how do we determine how much something is worth. And I really want to focus on this. because the way eBay has gone in the last few years is that of a more, what's the word? They're more geared toward commodity items. They're more geared towards selling like Amazon. Sorry, eBay, you keep saying you don't want to be Amazon, but you keep doing stuff that makes you like Amazon. It is what it is. Us as collectible resellers have to be very, very aware that the eBay algorithm search engine is being geared for this. And also, their recommendations are being geared for this. That's the really sticky point. I don't want you guys who sell the one-off antiques, collectibles, unique items to fall prey to eBay's pricing suggestions. I want you to ignore them. You must do your own research, because on a commodity item like a Delzo blacklight, this has a market value that is competitive. This is the type of item that Amazon sells, that, you know, the price point, the resellers kind of work a penny lower, penny lower, penny lower, trying to get that buy box, trying to be the one that people buy the item from. Commodity items are items that don't really have a variable. They have a retail price. You go to a big box retail store, you can find those items at a pretty set price. There are some variables and things, but it's within a very close range. That's a commodity item. That's an item that people buy because they need it more than they want it. There is not as much emotion involved in the purchasing of a commodity item. It's, I need a black light so I can see if this glass glows, versus seeing that black light and going, oh, I like that. It's the difference. It truly is the difference in the two markets. Now, because we sell in the antiques, collectibles, not even that, because I sell a lot of newer stuff, but it's things that you can't just go to the store and pick up. They are home decor items, but they're home decor items you're really not going to find in abundance out there in the stores. They've either been pulled from the shelves, discontinued, retired, whatever it is. So they can still be contemporary, and they're just not available if you walk into Walmart or Home Goods or Target. They've been sold out. That kind of thing also falls into what I'm saying. So I know there are people who take things that I say very literally. So I want to make sure I cover all the bases so that you understand whether this applies to you or not. Clothing even. So yeah, what do they call it when it's like the clothing you can like go pull from the shelves right now? Or pull from the racks right now. Mall brands, is that what it's called? Mall brands or something like that. Those are the things that, again, you could go out there and find those right now. You can go online and find those right now at the retail store. So that's a commodity, more of a commodity pricing. But then there is the clothing that it's a really good designer or maker that is not readily available, or not readily available at the price people want to pay. So you do have that avenue as well. So we are going to talk about how do I price this stuff and not fall into this race to the bottom that happens in retail. And now what I mean by that is like what I was saying about the Amazon example. So with Amazon, you have one page with the item and there's multiple sellers list onto that page. And at any given time, there's like a rotation of which seller ends up in the buy box, but it's heavily weighted on the price. So you have like all of these apps out there that are even repricing for those sellers to just keep it the edge. And what you have is boom, 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 boom. And it just goes down, down, down. To break that cycle, somebody has to sell out. It has to become more scarce. And then resellers can start bumping up the price. But more often than not, if you don't really play that game well, you will find yourself not making very much money. And we call it the race to the bottom. If you wait it out, you'll come back up in the cycle of the pricing of the item if it's going to go back up. So it's much the same on eBay. eBay shows a 90-day history to the average person searching on eBay. So when you're looking at the solds and the completeds, that's a 90-day cycle for that particular item. What the eBay algorithm can't do yet is determine, is your item that you're listing in the same condition? Is it the same kind of variables? Is it the same exact item? It can only do that if you have what they call structured data, which is a UPC code or some kind of a number assigned to that piece that says this is the same item. And they have been working on this for years and years now, trying to get that structured data in place for all of these cool collectibles and things that we sell. I know this because I have sat down with the CTO of eBay when I was working with them building software to work with eBay. So I know exactly what they were doing. This is why the item specifics were heavily incorporated into all of these categories, because they are trying to find those items that match up. Like they're trying to, and they've got computers that do this. So if there are, let's say, 50 item specifics and sellers are filling them out and they start getting matches of like multiple pieces of those item specifics, they can start saying, this is that item. And the computers can start pulling those items up and try to match it to what a buyer wants. And in theory, it sounds like a great idea. But in practice, it is still in its infancy and not quite perfected, shall we just say. So you have to be careful as they are giving you pricing recommendation, pulling pricing from things that may not be the same as the one you're selling. So my advice, very strong advice, is to ignore the eBay pricing suggestions and do your own research. And that's what I'm going to show you today, is how I do that research. Because when I create my videos, I research every single item before I give it a value in the recap. People are always like, yeah, that doesn't matter. If you haven't sold it yet, you don't know what it's going to sell for. And, I get a lot of heat for that. And I will tell you that I pull those comps off of actual sold prices. Not listed prices, sold prices. I don't make up prices. I research every item. And in actuality, I downplay it a little bit because I want it to be as realistic as possible for those of you watching the video, as opposed to getting your hopes up that you're going to get a price that isn't realistic. And I just realized, I am really far away from my microphone, you guys. Is it coming through okay? Because I can move it a little closer. I think that might be a little bit better. I'm trying to position myself in the middle of my screen here. So, and I just realized my microphone was halfway across the desk. Yeah, I can bring it over here and there we go. Maybe that'll be a little better. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying over here in the live chat that we have going. Lots of chatting going on. You guys are talking about how you're pulling things up, how you're researching. Well, research and pricing goes hand in hand, which we're going to talk about today. Research is first figuring out what the item is that you have. And then pricing is once you figure that item out, how much it's selling for. So we're going to go through both steps because they're both important. And remember, I run a Facebook group, the Niche to Profit for Online Sellers group. Come on over and join the group. But literally there are probably at least half of the posts in there are people looking for help identifying items. And I try to teach you guys how to find that information instead of just giving it to you. Like there's groups you can go and they'll just tell you what it is, but that doesn't help you. Number one, it doesn't help you with learning how to research those things yourself. It also doesn't help you learn other things around that also sell for big money, which is one of the reasons everybody's like, oh, you know so much. Well, it's like I have probably spent, I can't even guesstimate how many hours and hours and hours of research I've done over the last 25 years of selling online. And it isn't just finding that one item. It is looking at the other items that are in the same genre of stuff and going, oh, and learning about it. Hey, do I have to take you out early? Because like, honestly, you need to cut me some slack here and just be quiet for a while. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. That bird. Yeah. So we're going to go over this a bit. And yeah, I do encourage you, come on over and join the Niche to Profit Facebook group. I am in there as much as I can be helping out, because I get a lot of messages and emails and even messages over on my eBay store. And I simply can't help everybody that privately messages me. But if I can give information in my group that helps the masses, that's where I concentrate and give information. So please come over there and ask your questions about reselling and pricing and all of that there. And just be sure, we need certain information when you do that, because it's a teaching group. It is not just not just to give you the answers group. There's other groups for that. Those are great. That's what you want. Our group is a teaching group. If you really want to grow this business, that's what we do. Okay. All right. Let's see what you guys are talking about over there. Teamwork. Yes, Bree. Teamwork. Yes, Bougie does like to be a part of this. Bougie's saying bougie. I don't know if you could hear that. Bougie's actually saying bougie. Bougie. Oh, Diana, I actually kind of love that question because those are my favorite items. Those are the items that there's nobody going to tell you how to price it. So we will absolutely go over that. But basically, you make the determination of how to price it based on similar objects, maybe the same maker, or just on what it looks like and size and then what you paid. So, yep. Okay, so I have some stuff next to me. Now, the interesting thing is I thought, oh, this will be fun. I'll kind of preview some of the things that I am going to be, oh yes, that special event that's happening right after this is that I am going to go over to Julia's channel, Perfecting Pearls, and do a live sale with her. So you're going to get to see some of the items that are going to be in Julia's live sale, but I'm also going to show you research pricing kind of stuff as we go. How's that? I've been I don't like the saying kill two birds with one stone. Even though it applies here, I just don't like that saying for obvious reasons. We don't talk about killing birds around here, but and if Julia's over there, she can put the link to her channel over there. If you guys want to open that in a new tab, don't leave here. Just open it in a new tab and save that, because literally we are going to go live on her channel right after this. We'll put it in the chat again a little bit later as well. Yes, Dina, I like Worthpoint as well, but I don't like Worthpoint for pricing on those items so much, because if something was in abundance 10 years ago and it's nowhere to be found now, it may have sold for $15 10 years ago, but because of its scarcity now, it could be $50. So you can't go by that pricing from way back when, but you can use Worthpoint to help you identify what things are. Okay. All right. Let's just pull up something that hopefully is going to be easy. Maybe. Now I've already researched this stuff because it showed up in videos. So, I know what the stuff is already and the values I gave, but I do want to just show the process for you guys. So this is a good example of an item that I picked up. I'm rubbing schmudge off it as we speak here. If you're wondering, what is she doing? I'm rubbing a little tape schmudge off of it. I picked this up because it was beautiful, because it felt good. It felt like quality. And then I looked and it is a candle. So I was like, no, I don't really do candles. But then the words that caught my eye were made in Italy right in there. So I was like, oh, it's a bougie candle. So I did go ahead and buy this piece. I don't remember what I paid for it. You guys know I don't pay much for stuff. But let's go over to eBay. Now, the first thing, obviously, with this, I know what it is. It's a Vidi candle. It's Vidi glass, and it's a candle. I'm not going to put a whole bunch of other words. I'm going to put Vidi glass candle. Let's see what comes up. I got one. Now, you know what? I love when there's only one. I love it, love it, love it. This is a scarce item. And you've got someone who's got it at $26.99. Now, the other thing I'm going to check is go down here to sold. And, oh, there's no solds. But this is what we want to do. Let's take out candle. Because I bet a lot of these end up in the thrift store as, let me show you again, as just the glass bowl, because somebody didn't know it was a candle, because candle's written on the insert inside. It's not written anywhere on the glass. So if somebody knew it was Vidi glass, and I'm looking, I thought there was another sticker that said Vidi glass somewhere on here, but I could be wrong. It could be wrong. So now we're just going to search Vidi glass, and we've got two solds. And this is really interesting. Now, I do like to sort by highest first. Why? Oh, I'll reshare my screen in a second. I sort by highest first because the first thing I want to see is what the highest is someone was willing to pay for this. Because then that's also going to show me how bad the race to the bottom has been. How many sellers are taking eBay's pricing suggestions and selling things too cheap? And just remember, there's a lot of sellers on eBay who don't care about making money. They just want to move stuff. So they do sell stuff cheap. You've got to take all of that into consideration. Customers take that into consideration as well. Customers do not always want the cheapest. I have built my business over the last 20 plus years looking for the customer who does not want the cheapest item. They want the confidence of knowing they're buying from someone who's going to pack it well, and it's going to be what it is represented to be when they get it. You'd be surprised how many bad experiences there are with buying cheap, because I've done it. I do it a lot looking for some of the patterns of glass that I collect. Somebody must have walked in the door. Oh my. Okay. We hired a new girl today, and she probably walked in, to get a drink or something, and dogs go, we don't know you. So they're good little watchdogs. I'm going to close the door. That is what I'm going to do. It's okay. No harm done. There we go. We have dogs out of the room now. That's the other reason I usually have the dogs out of here before I start and the door closed. Okay. Real life, right? Real life. Okay. So here's where I am on the Vidi glass. We have two results, one of which sold for, there, you can see it a little better. So look at this, two Vidi glass Italian 11.5-inch handmade vases sold for $19.70. Notice that they did auction format. I'm telling you guys, I do not recommend auction format for most things. It's another mistake I see new sellers especially making. Auction format is not what it used to be. People do not want to wait for their stuff. They want it, and they want it now. So you're going to lose sales by using auction. And notice it was like they started it at $19.70, and that was all they got. Now there is a heavy, oh my goodness, my animals are just against me today, aren't they? I think I need a studio to start doing this. Bougie, I hear you, love. I hear you. All right, you win. You win. Yeah. Here you go. All right, come on out. Yes, come on out. Come on. It's open. You can come out. All right. Bougie will probably join us momentarily. Oh my, such interruptions. Goodness. I wouldn't have it any other way. So this seller really, really missed out. Number one, if I was them, I would have separated out these two vases and sold them individually. They probably could have gotten more like $30 a piece. I definitely could have gotten $20 a piece. But look at the amount of shipping they had to charge to put these into an oversized box to ship these. So those are all things you have to take into consideration because the customer is going to see that shipping and they're going to go, ooh, I'm not paying more than, 20 for both of these vases. Because in their mind, that's the total price they're paying for something. And now, on the other hand, we have this one over here sold for $50. So that's the comp that I take more value in, because this was a seller who represented the item at a value that seemed to match the quality and the desirability of the piece. And so that is how I make a determination that this piece should sell in the $30 to $40 range. Let me come back on here. Oh, there we go. Pushing buttons, push buttons. So yeah, this is a $30 to $40 candle, like just even without the candle in it. If this was just the candle holder, it'd be 30 to 40 because the value is really in the glass. I don't know if you guys can see how pretty that is. And when I do the live sale, it's going to go for less than that, just FYI, because that's how I roll. But do you see how I came up with that pricing determination? It was based on one sold at 50 at Buy It Now, the other sold at 20 on an auction that was just definitely not set up right. Now, the bad thing is that eBay's algorithm is going to show future sellers of that item that $20 comp. And then, if you get this piece and you go and you're looking at eBay's suggestion, they're going to give you an average selling price that's, well, that would be, let's see, I can do that math, $35, which still would be okay. But then a lot of resellers are going to go, oh, well, I should list it at 20 or 25 because, I want it to sell quickly. And you can see how we start getting these lower prices, even though there are consumers out there willing to pay better prices. Like, don't cheat yourself. And there's nothing unethical about it. There's nothing wrong with it. It is simply the value of an item is what someone is willing to pay. But you'll never know if someone's willing to pay it unless you price it there. So price it there, because the worst case scenario is that it doesn't sell. Hey, I opened your door. Oh, you are out. You can come over here. You can come over here if you want, but I'm not going to come and get you because you're a big bird now and you know how to get over here. Is the scary taco on the floor? The scary dog toy taco is over here, and I have a feeling that's what's deterring her. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let's do another item. I have these. They are a creamer and sugar. It is by Fashion Manor Stoneware. There's the mark on the bottom. Now, when you have something like this that has all the markings, well, then that makes it really easy to research. Let's go over and do a little research. So we have Fashion Manor Stoneware. Now, the other thing to take note is eBay's going to help you with some of this stuff too. They're going to do these little drop downs and and put you into certain categories. Be careful of getting stuck into certain categories because that can limit your search results. So for instance, if I were to choose this, it's going to put me in the cookware, dinnerware, serveware category. I'm just going to leave this. Notice I'm not putting in any other information than the maker first. That's all I want to know right now. I want to know what this maker does, as well as see the other stuff this maker has. This is how you learn other things around the thing that you're researching. So I can see they have this pattern here. Looks like it's a popular pattern. And as we go down, this is a very, very bad picture, which is why they got lower prices, guys. This seller probably could have gotten closer to their original pricing if their pictures had looked like these sellers' pictures, where you could clearly see the object. But a buyer is not going to have the same confidence paying that price if the pictures look like that, but they're going to take a risk at a much, much lower discounted price on that. Now notice there's nothing that has my pattern, which is plum rose. So right now I'm getting a feel for what this maker stuff goes for, and I'm going to disregard this because I absolutely don't believe that's the value. But now eBay's algorithm believes that's the value. Yeah. Okay. Looks like I have a question. Oh, I have a very bad bird today. Very bad. There we go. I have a very bad bird today. Let's see. I don't want to leave you guys pondering on things. On that last one question, wait, where'd it go? My chat moved. There we go. Even though it was a totally different type of piece, bowl versus candle. Yes, even though, like on that last one, I'm looking at the glass itself because that's what people are basing it on. And if there's only a couple of results, the market is wide open for you to put a big price on it because she's killing me. You're killing me. All right. I'll move the tacos. I'll move the tacos and the pizza. Come here. Oh, you're such a bad bird. Come here. Come here. Yes. All right. You want to come say hi to everybody? Say hi. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. 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 We don't have all day. I know you say it. You do. Yeah. Yeah. All right. You come over here. Be a good bird. There you go. Yeah. She says, hello and yeah and right. Okay. Okay, so back to this. Now, I didn't find this pattern. So the next thing I'm going to do is go and see what's available. So we've got 72 results of this maker. And we're going to take a peek. And I love that there are sellers pricing it up. It is a mid-century maker. So there's no reason not. Seriously? Seriously. Fuji just flew the coop. So we've got some mugs. See the mistake? Anybody who can tell me the mistake that this seller right here is making in their title and why they're probably wondering why this item is not getting found and sold? We got a little lag between the time I said it, and I'm going to give you guys a chance to tell me, what do you see there that this seller is missing? Looking, looking, looking. Waiting. Let's see. Did anybody get it? I know. Oh, I know. Bushi totally thinks I'm talking to him. Totally does. Totally does. No, no, no. Yes. They left off the fact that it's mugs. They didn't put that it's a mug. Which is, I mean, everything they put in the title is good, except we're missing the fact that it's mugs, and that can be very detrimental, because over here, when you narrow down to filters, a customer is going to select, cup and saucer or creamer and sugar or whatever it is. So that can really, really hurt you if you don't have the right stuff. Hopefully they have it in their item specifics, which still gets picked up. Okay, I'm still looking. That was the first thing in this pattern that I found. We found a different pattern selling for $30 with free shipping. Now we're getting down to some plum rose. I've got a sugar bowl for $7.99. And I've got a creamer for $12.99. So that's about $20 if you sell the set together, right? And actually, when you have a set together, it adds value. So if that's the same seller, it may or may not be. No, I don't think it is. Different background. But if you have both of these pieces together, it's going to be a much better value to put the pieces together in this case. All right. So I've got one seller that has the creamer, one seller that has the sugar. Nobody has the creamer and sugar together. If I were to put this on eBay, I'd put it at $29.99, because now I'm still in that range of where I'm seeing the other, even the different patterns with this company. And I'm priced higher than the ones that are selling it individually because I have the set. Does that make sense? It can be a big goop for the listing. I have to appease my curiosity factor here and see. I have a bird on my foot now. Hi, you coming up? Come on up. I know you got your wings back. You can climb. So coffee cup. So if someone searched mug, they may not find this. They put coffee cup instead. Yeah, that can be bad. All right. Hopefully they watch this and they can go fix their listing. So there you go. So I would price those at about $30 on eBay. And I think in my recap, when I did those, I put 20 to 25. So see that I'm giving a realistic. She went back in her cage. Are you gonna pout now? Oh my goodness. Because I didn't pick her up. She's such a brat. All right, is this making sense, you guys? She asked before and people said no. To what was that, Melissa? What am I? I'm so behind in the chat. Oh my, Marilyn. Okay. I'm not even sure why you felt the need to say that, but okay. I think I'm going to take a little tangent here. If you have to start a sentence with, I mean no offense, or please don't take offense, or no offense intended, it's probably something you probably shouldn't be saying, because it can be offensive or just rude. I mean, I'm sorry. Got to say it. I'm silent a lot of the time, but it just, most people love the lamp. Okay. So subscriptions. People said no about subscriptions. I'm so confused. I'm not going to go off on that tangent. Well, we'll discuss it later, Melissa. You can fill me in what that was about. No. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's see. Let me find like one more item here that we can just go through this again. Now, I suspect this was probably a ginger jar at some point in its little life, but it makes a beautiful vase. So the reason I bought this piece was because it's got beautiful purple orchids on it, and it's made in Japan, so it is vintage. Now, I am sad that, focus. There we go. I am sad that it doesn't have the little lid, but it's still a great little piece. Monthly advice. I used to have a membership thing, and if I do a membership, I feel very, very responsible for providing consistent, good content. And I will be honest, I have toyed with doing something here on YouTube, but I have to be sure that I can make it worth paying for, which is going to take more time in my day. So that's why I haven't done that. And I try to give as much just information this way and through the group and such until I can find more hours in the day. Okay, so if I'm going to look this up, again, this has a name on it. So let's just go over here, and I'm going to look for Orchid Aloha Liberty House, because that's what it says on the bottom. Orchid Aloha, oops, Liberty House. Let's see if anything comes up. A bell. We got one bell comes up. So let's go down to souls. Nothing. So again, this is one of those things that I just get to price. Now, what we do know about it, I'm going to assume it was a ginger jar. So now what I'm going to do is put orchid ginger jar and see what else comes up that's similar. Not the same maker, similar though. And you can disregard the Moorcroft. Isn't that an amazing piece though? And this is what I do, you guys. This is what happens. I will pull up a result and I'll start going, I didn't even know Moorcroft made a Noah's Ark pattern ginger jar. Look at that. Or that Fenton made one with a Fabrine. Or this is how you start learning what's out there. Now here's Toyo. Toyo is probably about the same quality of a brand as this. They sold that one for $22 with crack designs. Now, be careful how you word things. I suspect it's crackle. Let's take a peek. Yeah, it's a crackle or a crazed glaze, but they put crack. Careful, careful. That can hurt you. That can diminish the value. So still not seeing a whole lot with orchids on it. So what I might do is put just ginger jar. Watch this. No lid. Let's see what comes up. Hey, there we go. I got a ginger jar, no lid. And you can see that depending what it is, it doesn't hurt the value too bad if you got a pretty nice quality piece. So kind of looking down here, looking for one that's about the same caliber. I think this is in the $20 to $25 range based on what I found here. This is what people are willing to pay. Now, will we find some cheaper? We absolutely will. And it goes back to what I was saying. There are sellers who are not worried about getting the best price for their stuff. Who in here doesn't believe that this seller could have gotten more than $8.99 for this Amari vase? There's just no reason. Or this beautiful, what we call Macau, made in Macau. Well, let's test that theory. Let's test that theory. I'm going to put Macau vase since it doesn't have a lid. Yeah, hello. Look at that. Look at that. No reason to have sold that for $8.99. Right? Are you guys understanding here what I'm trying to help you understand so that you don't leave money on the table? I really like everybody who watches this. I got over 500 people in here right now. You can literally increase your profits the minute this show is over and you go list things by following this. And I can very, very confidently tell you this technique works in your pricing. If you are in a point of desperation to make sales, I'm going to tell you, sell stuff in a garage sale or sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace locally. Do those things, but don't do it to your eBay store. Build your eBay store up to get the maximum amount of profits out of your items that you list, because you have put in a lot of work to put those items up there. You've had to take pictures. You've had to clean it. You've had to deal with maybe questions from customers. You're going to have to deal with the transaction after. You're going to have to pack it and ship it and all of that. So don't cheat yourself. Don't undervalue your time. This is one of my things. I want to make you guys more money. Or edit your current listings. Exactly, Bree. Yes. You guys, just really, like, this is like critical thinking time when you're looking at these search results. You will always, okay, I don't like the word always. You will almost always find there is a seller who have sold the item that you're looking to sell, and they have sold it for a cheaper price. You're going to find that. Always going to find that. You can disregard the lowest and you can disregard the highest. Find yourself somewhere in that top 10 percentile. Because if a customer was willing to pay that price once in the last 90 days, they're going to be out there and willing to pay it again. So just be willing to keep listing, keep building up your inventory. And if it doesn't sell, worst case scenario, it sits there, it doesn't sell, you can mark it down. Because when you mark items down, you've now spurred the algorithm to help you boost it. You've also now drawn people into your other items in your store through some special markdown items and that sort of thing. And it's all retail strategy, guys. It's all retail strategy. Every store out there does this. The item comes in at full retail. It has a certain amount of shelf life to sell. If it doesn't sell, it gets marked down a percentage. A little more time. If it doesn't sell, it gets marked down a little more percentage. And there's no reason for you not to run your business the same way. But start high. Start high. Also, leave yourself room for best offer. If you're going to do best offer, you want that wiggle room. You want to be able to know that somebody's going to offer 20 or 30% less than what you have it marked for. So price it up there to begin with, and then you're going to get the price that you want to get. Set your shipping policy, how long you have to ship. What are we talking about? What are we talking about ship? What was the original question? Because I missed the question. I don't like Mercari, Suzanne. I'm sorry. Mercari. So Mercari is playing the race to the bottom for sellers. They are marking things down without sellers' knowledge. They are adding on free shipping without sellers' knowledge. I hear story after story after story. Mercari is for the yard sale seller. And I'm not, this is not, if you sell in Mercari, I'm not dissing you. It's Mercari's mentality about their sellers and what they think you should be selling the stuff for and handling it. So I find that Mercari attracts a cheaper customer, a bargain shopper, somebody who wants the stuff at low prices. So just be careful with Mercari if you're going there. Let's see. Yeah, and this wasn't a problem until eBay changed the search algorithm and started giving everybody the recommended pricing. I mean, and it's an honest thing to get. You should be able to trust eBay, right? You think, oh, well, eBay knows, but eBay doesn't know all the intricacies of pricing. You guys are having other conversations that I don't know what the original questions were. Oh, does Mercari have a lot of Better Business Bureau files? There you go. Yeah, so if you don't know what something is, okay, I'll give you an example because this comes up a lot. So I got this little set of these little seafood bowls. What do I know about them? Well, I know they're glass. I know they have seafood on them. I don't know if they're hand painted. I don't know if it's a decal. I don't know. There's no mark on the bottom. So really all I have to go by is that they are glass seafood bowls. And that's how I start my search to kind of figure out who they are, who done them. Let's see. I think I have time to research this. One last thing. Let's go back up here. So again, go with what you know. Glass seafood bowls. That's all I know about them right now. And I'm going to come up with a lot of other things here. So I'm looking for... As I'm looking through this, I'm also looking, so somebody who's looking for glass seafood bowls who may not know that this is the seafood bowl they want, what are they willing to pay? What are they willing to pay? Also looking at other possible keywords. Go over here, got some more results. Got some fancy ones. Like these are interesting. Crown Corning. Notice I'm not finding the exact ones. They're not in here. So what do you do? What do you do? And I know that I won't come up with the exact ones because I've done this search before. I want to show you guys that. But we get all the way down here and you can get seafood bowls for, look at that's just one bowl for $9.99. Now, hold on. I'm going to do a Google search, but I never do Google searches live because I learned that lesson long ago that it can go really bad. Let me just say. And I don't want to lose my channel over it. So here's what came up. I got a lot of results of just like these fish bowls. So what I'm going to put on here is, you know what? One of the things I see on the side is a lemon. That's going to like narrow down maybe things that have lemon on it. But it wants to give me recipes. You know what I'll do? Oh, here we go. I know what I can do. Take out the lemon and put set of glass seafood bowls. There we go. Oh, these are kind of cute. I kind of like those. So I'll look at this and go, what are those selling for? Ooh, $54. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. Do I think these are worth $54? Maybe not. I think I put 25 to 30 as the value on these when I did my recap. But you can see, you know, I can't find them anywhere. So all I can do now is, unless I want to spend hours and hours and hours of time looking for something that I simply can't find out there, is go by kind of similar items, go by the eye appeal factor. I mean, I just think these are super cute. I believe they are vintage, and I will list them as a set of 4. Well, I'm not going to list them because they're going to be in the live sale. Set of 4 glass seafood bowls. And then I might put, I don't know if that's a shrimp or a crawfish or what that guy is. That's a mussel and that's a lemon. Maybe just put like some of those keywords in case somebody's looking for those specific bowls, and then just price them so I make a good profit. I could put in painted. Yeah, I could try painted. But the point I'm trying to make is don't drive yourself crazy looking for the exact one. If it doesn't come up within 5 minutes of searching, you've got a unique item. You've got an item that you can kind of set the pricing on and go a little bit high. You never know. It could be that thing that you didn't know was a thing and makes somebody really happy, and you make a really good profit, and all is right with the world. Can't go broke making a profit. Don't regret selling something fast thinking you sold it too cheap if you've priced high, because you made a good profit, which is what this whole thing is about. So I've had that happen. I priced these bronze statues and I priced them high. It's what I do. And I went to the theater and got a ka-ching on my phone. Someone had literally purchased them hours after I listed. And I was like, oh, what have I done? I sold them too cheap. And my husband at the time was the one who was like, what'd you price them at? And I said, it was like $1,500. He goes, how much did you pay for them? I said, $20 each. He goes, sold? Like, why are you like, why even have that regret that you might have sold it too cheap? It's like, no. So it can happen, even when you price high. If you didn't know what the item was, it could sell super fast if it was something even better, but no regrets because you made a really good profit. So there you go. You guys are trying to guess what those bowls are still. But yeah, if you don't, that's why I say, if you don't know the right words for something, usually in searching, like you saw that one of the words that came up was gumbo. So yeah, I would try gumbo, as one of the search terms. I would use some of those words that come up and fine tune search results that, it's like the Tetris of words until you find the ones that fit. But if you go with what like what the item is, if this didn't have a maker on it, I know it's ceramic or pottery. Probably ceramic would be better for something like this. If you knew it was stoneware, using stoneware would be good. But starting like with ceramic, purple flowers, creamer, you're probably going to come up with something similar. If you do a Google image search, which I'm not a huge Google Lens user. I don't have good results with it, and it feels like a waste of time for me. I'd rather punch in keywords personally, but that's another way, is put in, the Google Lens picture and see if anything comes up and go that way too. But use that for determining some words to use to go and search on eBay. All right, guys. Well, I am going to end just a tiny bit early because, as I said, I am going over to Julia's channel. Are you back on the floor? Do you want to come over here and say hi? Bougie. Bougie. Nope. Pouting back to, no, don't go fight with yourself in the mirror. Okay. I have mirrored closet doors, and he goes and starts attacking the closet door. So have to keep him out of the hallway. I hear you over there talking. I hear you. Yeah, you're kind of pouting. All right, heading over to Julia's channel to do a live sale. I'm going to sell this stuff that I showed you guys and much more. So we're going to be probably selling about 40 items over there. Come check it out. I think it's posted over here in the chat. If you're watching this on the replay, I'm sorry. It's probably, well, you know what? If it's still Monday, come on over. We might still be live, but might not be. So with that, everyone, I hope you can go revise some listings, do those new listings at higher prices, and make some more money. Now go be profitable and make it fun. We'll see you on the next one, everyone. Let's see if I can push the right buttons now.